Welcome to Bonal Technologies video on ways you can expand stress relief capability. Hi, I'm Tom Hebel. I'm here with Greg Merritt. We'll introduce 3 of the 15 ways you can expand stress relief capability with confidence.
First application that we have actually comes from Bonal Technologies. The first way to expand stress relief capabilities that I chose is on tubular weldments. And that's not because the tubular weldment is the most popular or most annoying, but this actually gives me an excellent way to introduce Bonal a little bit better. Bonal has been a machine shop and a fab shop. Our specialty over the years has been planer mill work. And at one point, we had the largest planer mill east of the Mississippi River. So it was pretty large, and we're quite proud of that. And we were able to handle some huge amount of work pieces over the years. And this environment is where the Meta-Lax technology was discovered and developed. So today I've got 3 slides coming from Bonal's own machine shop, but I wanted to give you the sense that we practice what we preach. I mean, we're not just talking about it with book knowledge here. We practice what we preach. And this is an excellent example that we can start with. This surface plate is a tubular construction weldment with tubes around the perimeter and cross sections, plus it has an inch-thick top plate with 2 1-inch thick rails on the bottom. And quite frankly, this would be a nightmare to heat treat stress relief due to the distortion. I know industry tries to have the heat treat, and it's just a nightmare for them. But the reason why we stress relieve this was to prevent machine distortion, and as a matter of fact, Bonal was able to achieve 86% less distortion than 2 other machining sources. That's the example that we had from Bonal, but then let's go to the next slide, which is a non-Bonal tubular weldment. These structures right here are auto body carriers that a state fab made for General Motors. These auto body carriers actually hold the car frame while the car is being assembled. And the goal here, the real reason that they wanted stress relief was so that these frames would not distort over time. So there would be no delayed distortion. They did not want the squeaks in the cars on a finished product. Meta-Lax was stress relieved 2 of these frames at a time. So you can see one's flipped over and it's underneath the top one. So Meta-Lax is treating 2 parts at the same time, taking about 1.5 hours. The customer liked this Meta-Lax process because there was no treatment distortion. They were still able to machine it nice and easily to the tolerances. Plus, of course, they did not have the delayed distortion that they were mostly concerned about.
The 5th way to expand stress relief capability is treating non-ferrous and exotic metals without changing the mechanical properties. For example, these are aluminum plates. They're a deep space impactor, nicknamed an asteroid blast. Very ultra-high precision, complex part. Just as the last slide, we're stress relieving multiple quantities at the same time. These only weighed a few pounds each. We have 10 housings on that stress relief table all at once. And actually, Meta-Lax stress relief was specified on the print, and that print from Grumman Aerospace. So, and the reason to stress relieve these were to prevent the machining distortion. They're obviously just right in between rough and finish machining. Meta-Lax stress relieve them, then they do the final machining, and everything stays stable for them. The 13th way to expand stress relief capability is by treating structural towers. Structural weldments. This is a tower that was for the U.S. Department of Energy. The tower was approximately 12 feet square by about 40 feet long. Just as we had the aircraft elevator, this took about 12 force inducer placements to make sure that the entire part was stress relieved. And it was stress relieved to prevent premature cracking. You can see we have 5 different force inducer choices, and that allows us to do the parts that you can put in the palm of your hand to these 480,000 pound workpieces. So a force inducer selection is made, and then a console selection is made based on how sophisticated you want to get in the documentation of the workpiece. So we have something that's going to fit anybody's budget for sure.
We hope you realize there's no need to skip stress relief or be concerned about stress relieving difficult or impossible parts anymore. You can have confidence in Meta-Lax. If we can help you out in any way, let us know. Thanks for joining us.